We should be live here. How's it going, everybody? I got with me Alejandro of Autorujira, and we're going to be talking about his project. More on that in a second, though. But if you're here, please do share this. Hit the heart button wherever it is you're watching it over on YouTube or on X. Don't forget also, you can, if you've got any questions in the chat, drop those in the chat so we can do a Q&A here in a second. But while people come in, I figured we could talk about Prop 6 a little bit. It looks like the new version of it just dropped. So I want to get Ale's thoughts here on it. But I think you said, sir, that you have not read this yet, right?
Yeah, no, just a little bit. So go ahead.
Okay. I was just wanting to get your thoughts, I guess, in this here. In the original proposal, Alex was saying that he was neutral on block rewards and that he was neutral on the burn. But it looks like they're going to send it to a vote. It already has the 5% burn. So all they're going to have to do is vote on the ending block rewards. And then Thorchain essentially becomes a net buyer of Rune. Any thoughts? What do you think of Thorchain not being a net seller of Rune anymore?
I don't know, man. I don't feel like saying nothing about Thorchain right now. I mean, what I can tell you is that I bought Rune like the first time in the first drop, then I bought again, and I will probably buy again because I trust what the guys are doing, as I trust what Rushi guys are doing. That's the only thing I can say.
Okay, that's fair. I do think it's cool. I'll just share my thoughts really quick on it. Is, to me, it feels a little bit more like a relaunch as opposed to like a Band-Aid patch, I guess, because you'll have Thorchain, Rujira, and Voltaisig, and Thorchain is sort of, it's not like a regular exploit where they're just like a bridge hack and then it's just a quick patch. There is, obviously, this is terrible for a lot of people involved, but it feels more like Thorchain is going back to its roots where it was really successful and it made the most sense, getting rid of Thorify, moving that over to Rujira where you're building. So there's going to be a lot of people over there. And so it's a bigger team, more ambitious, and I think they've figured out where the vulnerabilities are in terms of where to build things to not risk the protocol. But that's just my 2 cents on it. We're going to have to see how it goes. I guess there's going to be a vote for ending block rewards, and I'm really excited to see that, but I haven't seen that yet. So we'll have to see. What's up, Max Power? What's up? How do I say this? Siki? Seke? I'm not sure. Do you know how to say Ale? His name?
Seke. He's from Chile.
Oh, cool.
It's
okay.
Spanish.
So some South Americans in the house. You're in Brazil. I think you said you're from Argentina, right?
Yeah, I'm from Argentina, but right now I'm in Brazil.
Cool. Okay, so yeah, let's get into Autorujira. So this is Ale Rajcik. Did I say that right?
Rajcik.
Okay. Co-founder of Autorujira, and I think you might be anybody watching this might be pretty excited in this one. I know that I am, because it has to do with AI and sort of bringing DeFi. It's that whole DeFi AI sort of narrative that everyone seems to be really liking. Give him a follow, by the way. This is sweet PFP, in my opinion. Autorujira building Ruji AI, the chat GPT for Rujira, powering, and this is what I was just saying, the DeFi. I don't think anyone has decided how to say this yet. Is it DeFi AI? Like, I don't know. Built on Rujira, app layer of Thorchain. So give this a follow as well if you're not. I can't believe I'm not following. I must be following on the other account. So let's get into this. So what's your history with building, and how did you end up with Auto? How'd you end up being the co-founder of Auto Ruggiero?
Okay. I've started in crypto in the Terra good times after the first Terra crash. Um, I was already buying some stuff until one guy told me about Terra. Um, I have to say that I've started in crypto always with having in mind to build products, uh, not just invest in crypto, but I started investing because I wanted to live it in first hand. What is like, all the stuff you can do, mostly in DeFi. I mean, there was a lot of people telling me about all these things, great things you could do in crypto, so I wanted to try it, but always having in mind that I wanted to build products, not just investing. By the way, I suck at investing, so yeah, that's one of the main reasons I I've started with auto. I'm going to tell that a little further, but I was there in Terra, and of course I suffered the Terra crash as most most people did.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but in the last time, I was already calling some products. I was involved in the community. I already had a ticket to fly to Texas because it was going to be the first big event of Terra, and it was just a crash. So after the crash, I was really sad. Not just because of the money. I mean, I really trust what these guys were building. All these great apps, the UST. I mean, this
Yeah.
decentralized stablecoin. I mean, I really trusted that. I really still think we need
I,
decentralized
yeah.
stablecoins.
I mean, I think there's going to be
Um,
that Bitcoin backed stablecoin potentially. And you know what?
yeah,
Speaking of what you're saying there with that you know what hurt the most about the whole Luna thing is that a lot of people were in UST and they thought they were doing the safe thing by
yeah,
being in a stablecoin. And then for the
yeah,
safe thing to totally rug you, I think is like it was like a double, just a
yeah,
double knockout where you're just like not recovering. But I'm sorry, keep going.
yeah. No,
Yeah.
no, it's okay, but that's important because I was pitching a lot of people that I had to pay to accept UST, for example, and I get a lot of merchants accept UST because of me. Because
Mhm.
what you say, I mean, it was a safe play.
Yeah.
I was pitching them about Anchor and whatever,
Yeah.
my family, because you know how it is. I mean, I was making money that of course, I didn't do because I lose everything. But everyone approached and okay, can you do this for me also? Blah 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 blah. So I did it for friends, family, etc. etc. So
Yeah.
after the crash, I was really sad. I quit crypto for like a year or so, but um, way back before the crash, I was in this launchpad in Terra. I think it was called Start Terra or something. And I was buying all the new tokens that were launched. And there I bought my first Kushis from Kushira because Kushira started there as a product, as an app.
Mhm.
Um, And after the crash, after this year, I didn't touch nothing about crypto. When I came back, I saw I had an airdrop from Kushira, and I started to check what they were doing, and I saw they had their own blockchain, new products, plus the ones they already had, like Orca, that was crazy. I mean, this for the ones who doesn't know it, Orca is a star product. It's a liquidation platform, but for humans. I mean, every every blockchain, every protocol has their lending platforms, and of course they have liquidations, but they are mostly for bots. I mean, and every time a liquidation happens, the bots takes like 30% discount of the tokens for the people they are liquidating. But these guys did something great. I mean, they say, okay, we want to give the opportunity to normal people to buy tokens with discount. So they created the Orca platform that was created on Terra, that allowed humans and shrimps like us to bid on discounted tokens, and it was great. I mean, when I first started using that, I was like crazy because I was in the early time, so I bought really discounted tokens, a lot of them. And I say this is crazy. But when they had their own blockchain, they had more products. I mean, there was Orca, there was Fin, that is a decentralized order book. They have Ghost, that is the lending platform, and Bow, and I can name a few more also.
Mm-hmm.
So when I saw this, I started to check these products again, and I start playing with Orc again. And I say, hey, this is great. So I wrote some programs to automate the bidding process on the discounted tokens on Orca. And after we won these tokens, automatically sell them in Fin. So this started to work, and I've started to make some profit while I was sleeping. That it was always my dream. I mean, make money while I sleep. I mean, that's something that motivates me a lot. Not for the money itself. I mean, for the thing that's happening just alone, autonomous. I mean, without doing nothing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that started to work. We made some bugs, not a lot. It was a proof of concept. I wanted to try the whole thing I had in my head to see if it works, and it worked. So after it worked, I talked with my team, because I didn't say nothing yet about who we are. I'm going to tell a little later. But I tell to my team, hey, we have an opportunity here, because this thing we are doing for ourselves, it can be done for everyone. I mean, and that's the Kushira ethos. I mean, every time they found something that works for the whales and could make a lot of money, etc., they do something to give to normal people. And I thought the same. I mean, this is an opportunity of automate stuff and make something that generates revenue. We can do it for ourselves, or I can pitch some of my friends to give me money and just do it for just us, and keep a fee, and probably we will be happy and have less competition, etc. But we really like what we do, and we thought that this would be great in the hands of a lot of people. So that's how we started Auto. That was the main idea.
Oh, cool. I mean, I guess if you're building it and it's working and it's making you money, you could keep just doing that until someone else built this, I suppose. Or you could just go ahead and build it yourself. And I know, there's stuff in it for you too, because I know you guys, if I look at the tokens, right, you guys got some team tokens, which is awesome. There's nothing wrong with getting team tokens. But okay, cool. So it started out as sort of just so you went from Luna, then Kuji. If I look at the start of this whole thing, like if I go to the pilot sale, it looks like the date, not this one, back to sales, Auto Kujira was on July 17th. And when did the Kujira sort of thing happen?
Right after.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly when, but I do remember that we raised this money and we put it in the Ghost platform. And then the problem started. We had the money to pay our salaries; they are locked.
Hmm.
So and then started all the problems that probably
Right.
already know. But yeah, we something important about this the pre-sale of our token was in July, but we started the project in December. I mean,
Okay.
we've been building for like 6 or 7 months before launching our token. Because we didn't start with automations. We our our mission is to simplify people's lives. I mean, I didn't even mention that, but it's the most important because when we started as investors, being technical people, it was really hard to start. I mean, from creating a wallet, from funding it, to then discover all the things that you can do and avoid scams and I don't know, breaching tokens. I mean, there's a whole complexity in crypto that I would say um, we need to make this really easy. And also because we suck at investing, we wanted to put all together. I mean, make a platform that is really easy for the users to do good stuff. I mean, to have the opportunity to earn money in a simple way, in a sustainable way, with a long-term vision. So we started thinking about this automation that is the most important thing about the platform, but we didn't start with that. What we first did is create a platform that unified all the data from all these great Kushira products just in one dashboard, because the UI of the Kushira products is great, but you as a user generally operate all of them, and you have to be jumping from one to another. So what we did is put everything together and simplify all the operations that you could do on the platform, like bidding, like liquidating, but like lending or borrowing, all with just a couple of clicks. So that was the first mission we wanted to accomplish. Make it really simple for the users that were currently operating in Kushira to give this dashboard and all these simple operations so they can do what they do every day, but really simple. And it worked because we have a really good user base. We have like, I don't remember right now, but in the first days we already have like 100 users that were using us all the time and asking for more stuff. That it was great because uh, I had companies in the past. I built several products in my life. I'm coding since I was like 14 years, and now I'm going to turn 48. But there were too few products that I built that users really were using and asking for more. And here it happened automatically. I mean,
Wow.
from the first version, we had users asking for new stuff or modifying stuff, and it was great. We were like so happy for having these users really wanted
Yeah.
to use more things.
You found a good fit like right away. It sounds like
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. And I know
yeah,
because
yeah,
crypto
yeah.
people, they're like native to the whole create, clicking around with dashboards and that kind of thing. So it's not like a far stretch to set up, you know,
Uh-huh.
to be pretty
Yeah,
familiar with stuff.
yeah,
But
yeah.
one thing I really like is this tab here, this opportunity. So you've got the dashboard. This is what you're referring to that has sort of everything on here. It sounded like.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm clicking around and I see this like opportunities. Quickly find and execute investment opportunities in Rajira. Click to find opportunities for the tokens you have in your wallet. So you connect your wallet. It sees what you have in your wallet and then choose a token and enter an amount you'd like to invest and we'll find opportunities for it.
Yeah,
That's pretty awesome.
yeah. Well, that's pretty much in the line of trying to build. I mean, we want to make it really simple for users. So if you don't know what to do in Kushira at that time, you can just connect your wallet, and we check what tokens do you have, and we check what opportunities you have with those tokens, like in Orca for liquidations, like in Ghost for lending. Yeah, we stopped there, but we wanted to do more stuff. That's basically what we are doing right now. I mean, that's why I'm saying that represents very well what we are trying to accomplish with Auto as a whole.
Yeah, you know what's cool? You know, like DEX aggregators and routers where you go to do a token swap and then it shows you like different routes, and it's like you can pick 6 different ways that you want to do the swap. So this is kind of like or at least that's how I'm thinking of it, is that you would put something in here in the future potentially, and then it would say, okay, I've got these coins, and then it will give you maybe like a list of like 6 things that you wanted to do with those coins. And you're like, oh, do I want to do a stable coin pool and make 35%? Or do I want to go and do this? Like maybe there's a looping strategy and it says higher risk, but maybe you can earn 67%. And then it could send me notifications maybe to be like, hey, this dropped. Maybe it would be better to move to a stable coin pool. Can all that is that all kind of a thing that can happen?
Yeah, some of the things you mentioned are already happening. I mean, after we build this this front end that shows you the data and lets you operate, we moved to the second phase that was what we call smart notifications, because it's great to have a place to go and click and see opportunities and that, but it's even better to get a notification when you have an opportunity, right? I mean, maybe you say you can configure. Right now, it doesn't make any sense because Kushira is going to be sunset soon. Right. But at that time that we had a lot of users, you could configure, for example, that you were interested in buying ETH, for example, and then you get notifications every time there was an opportunity to liquidate ETH with, I don't know, 10% discount. You could configure the discount, for example. And you just get a notification every time you have the opportunity. So you just had to click there and it took it to place the bid. That's it. Click. That sounds great. Sounds great. And at that time, it was great. We were using it and we were happy. But again, that's not our final mission. The final mission for us always has been you don't have to click anything. I mean, we will do everything for you. You will tell us what you want and we will do it for you. And this thing I'm telling you right now, it was way before these AI agents, DeFi, and all the things we are talking right now that we are going to talk about in a few minutes. But we always have this vision and this mission to make it really simple for users, and at the end, as simple as configuring some stuff and go to sleep. Do whatever you want with your time. We will take care of doing what you want in your behalf.
That is I'm not gonna lie, it sounds a little too good to be true. Like, is it really already there? Because I guess, like you've hinted, that there are a few things that you want to talk about. So I'm not sure how to prompt those. I don't know what you might be referring to. So if I don't ask you a question to prompt whatever you're talking about, please do just like play it on me. But one of those things I wanted to mention was like how this ties into Voltisig's plugins. If you're able to share sort of some of that, because that's one thing, some of the Voltisig with the AI agents, and then some of the stuff that I hear being built on Regira sounds like it would be redundant unless they're like, you know?
No. Today we have a call with Voltisig guys. It was great because just of this. I mean, we wanted to see what they were going to do, what we are going to do. So we collaborate because we are a family. I mean, we are all in the same boat here. It was a great chat. What I can say right now is that we are not going to compete all the other way around. I mean, we probably are going to be one of the first that will test this great multi-sig technology, because when you start talking about agents and this autonomous magic that you say, it's too good to be true. Of course, you have a lot of concerns, starting with security, right? I mean, this is great, but if you have to give your private key to an autonomous agent that will do whatever in your behalf, I don't know. I mean, sounds risky, right?
Yeah.
But with multisig, that will change drastically, because you don't give your private key. You can give your shares, and even you can be in the loop when you have to sign transactions.
Right.
I mean, it can be agent doing some stuff, but you can authorize with your share. So it's gonna be a lot of great stuff that multisig will bring to this AI agents narrative. And about plugins, we are gonna be there as a plugin, or as several plugins. We didn't discuss it yet, but the idea is that multisig is more for general purpose. They will have different agents, or not just agents. I mean, a plugin is not an agent. I mean, they will have probably agents, but they will have another functionality. For example, Nami, that is a protocol from Kushira also, that you already have the interview with JP Ray. Probably they will have their plugin there that makes total sense. And we probably will have one or more plugins there. But again, what I can say is that we will collaborate, not compete, and we will really use this great technology they are building.
Awesome. And I mean, it does. So like when I think now it's starting to click for me. You bringing that up. So like in Voltisig, it's going to be more like an app store, is what it sounds like. So you'll have like a little. If I'm imagining myself looking at my phone on an app, a plugin is nothing more than like an app that I might click into to then do something in the wallet. So it's like, oh, I'm going to use Nami Protocols plugin or whatever to accomplish certain things. Kind of like on my phone, how I'm like, oh, I need to do some math real quick. Let me click on the calculator. Oh, I need to take a note. I'm going to click on the notepad. This will be like that.
Yeah, it's going to be like that. I mean, take Nami, for example. You will say, okay, I will install the Nami plugin. So, I don't know, every time that I have a USDC deposit on my wallet, I authorize the Nami plugin to put 50% to make shield in Nami, something like that.
It's like a savings account, and then okay, yeah, cool. No, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and probably we'll have. I still don't know how many plugins we will have because we don't think about it. But for example, I was talking about liquidations. We could have a plugin there that we have a strategy that is called the auto bidder. That is an automation that does all the process I described before for you. So you want to bid for discounted tokens? Okay, you can subscribe to the auto bidder, and the auto bidder places a bid for you, activates it, claims it, the winning tokens, then sells them. That's it for now. I mean, it can do something else.
Yeah,
we could have a auto bidder plugin in Multisig, so you can subscribe using Multisig in something like what I said before about Nami. I mean, I want to give the auto bidder, I don't know, 1,000 USDC to bid on ETH with discount, and that's it. And then it does.
Okay.
That could happen, for example.
Would there be a way to, like, you said subscriptions and it kind of got my brain thinking. So like if I was to, let's say that I had $1,000 in my Voltisig wallet, and that, could I have like multiple subscription services where it's like one to Nami, one to something, like two
Probably.
to your stuff, maybe something over here, and with the same $1,000, and then like if it's the Volt shares that we're talking about with Voltisig, maybe one night 3 of my plugins hit, and they're like ding ding ding, and then I wake up and then I'm like, oh, which ones of these do I want to go ahead and take? And so I'm like, oh, I'll take that one. Is that possible, or is it
I don't know.
plugin specific?
I don't know that much.
Okay, that's cool. I'm just thinking.
Yeah, I know the answer. Maybe it's possible. I mean, maybe it's possible.
Cool.
But if you want that, you're going to like what I'm going to tell you right now. Going back to Auto, as I told you, we have 3 stages, where the last one is this creating automations. So the users just subscribe, put their tokens, and go to sleep or wherever they want.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the main idea. I mean, there's a lot of great strategies to do there were in Kushira a lot of strategies to do. There's gonna be even more to do in Rushira.
Right.
Because we have a lot more. I mean, there's going to come, and people is gonna be so creative. I think that DeFi strategies are going to be everywhere. So what we do is take the best strategies that not the ones we think are the best, but the users are asking for, and then we automate it. So again, you don't have to do all these manual steps one by one. So this sounds great, and this already is happening. I mean, we already have one strategy live in Kushira. That is a really easy one. We wanted to try everything, the whole stack. It's called the Auto Claimer. That what does is claim your staking rewards, restakes them. So it auto compounds your rewards. This is something really easy, but you don't have to do nothing. I mean, you just subscribe and it auto compounds the rewards for you. That's really easy. We have this auto bidder already coded, but because of all the things that happened with Kushira, we couldn't put it in mainnet yet. And yeah, we were going to build, and we are going to build several other automations, and that will be great because you as a user will have the ability to choose what's best for you. I mean, you may prefer buying discounted tokens, or you may prefer lending your. There was another one that is called the auto lender, that you can give a token, for example, ETH, and the algorithm will decide if it's best to just lend the ETH and get more ETH, or lend it and borrow stables, and then lend the stables and get more stables. I mean, the algorithm would do. So you will have a lot of automated strategies to choose, and it would be great, right? Because if you prefer discounted tokens, you will go with the auto lender and the auto bidder, and if you want the other one, you will go to the auto lender, and so on. But as you said before, probably that's not static. I mean, maybe if the market is going down, you prefer the auto bidder because you probably are going to get some cheap tokens that you want. But if the market is sideways or something like that, you probably prefer the auto lender because it's going to work better. So what we think from the start was having all these automations in the automation layer, but having on top of that something that orchestrates all these automations for you. So you don't have to be choosing all the time what you want to do. You can just tell us what you want to do. Yeah, that one. Yeah, that in the middle. Yeah. So the idea is that, I mean,
Awesome.
you tell our platform what you want to do, some wide description, and then we take care. And this was way before the AI agents narrative.
Yeah.
We already knew that in that layer we would need some kind of AI, because what you have in the automation layer, they are workflows that are processes that are always executed the same way. So there's very deterministic. You first do this, then do this, then do this, and that's it. But if you want to orchestrate this, taking market data, I don't know, social data, etc., that's not deterministic. You can't write hard-coded rules. I mean, you need something that can interpret that
Right.
in mostly real time and make decisions about that. So then it decides to put your money in this strategy or this couple, etc., etc. So we mentioned in our light paper that we probably were going to use AI in that orchestration layer at that time. So
Yeah. Wow.
right now,
Yeah. So you
yeah.
guys are kind of ahead.
I don't know if ahead. I mean, we started playing with AI a long time ago.
Mhm.
For ourselves, I mean, and what we saw is that if we wanted to have these strategies orchestrated by something dynamic, we would need AI. We didn't know how yet, but this orchestrator would need to use AI, because if not, we could do it without AI. But again, it would be really hard code. I mean, we were thinking something about making a user risk profiler. So we, like the banks does. I mean,
Right.
we wanted to know your profile, and then we will use some of the automations because of your risk profile. But again,
You would essentially had just had to make a ton of different parameters and a whole bunch of if this then that code,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Instead of letting something just constantly doing the
yeah,
math and suggesting things.
yeah,
Okay. Cool.
yeah. That, but I'm telling you the whole story because our mission is exactly the same now. This AI narrative is everywhere. I mean, we were trying to do this from the start, and now we have great tools to do it, because right now that AI is everywhere, there are a lot of tools that they weren't available at that time, and also the prices of these great tools are dropping.
Right.
Because yeah, it's great, but it's not free. I mean, if this thing gets a lot of volume, it's gonna be a huge ticket to pay.
Right.
So we need to make it work. And an important thing that we are talking all the time is that if we are doing this, we don't want to charge. I mean, of course, we are going to charge something because we need to generate revenue for our stakers. By the way, all the revenue we generate are for the auto stakers. But we don't want to charge a lot, because what we want is have a lot of people using it. So we need to find the balance between the fee we charge and make something that is sustainable. Because if we have to pay to OpenAI a ticket that is this big, it won't work. So right now, that AIs are going cheaper because of DeepSeek and
Right.
probably a lot of more that are going to show up soon. Uh, it's more viable, and also there are a lot of frameworks to build agents that there weren't available at that time. So right now, what we started to do is to break this layer on top of the automations. And I've been in London with the team like a month ago or so. We started talking about this this AI narrative, and to make it simple, they wanted to build Rushi.ai for the whole Rushira ecosystem. We started to tell them what we were doing and what was our vision. And okay, they say, okay, let's do it. I mean, you do it. So yeah, we are building Rushi.ai. That right now is gonna be like a chat GPT for Rushira, where you will be able to chat with it and tell it, okay, I want to swap, I want to lend, I want to borrow, but you will also tell it, I want to buy discounted tokens, I want ETH with discount, with 10% discount, blah blah blah. And what this layer will do will match the user intention with actions in the app layer. So if you want just to do a swap, it will probably go to Rushi Trade or Manta Swap. If you want to lend, you will go to Rushi Lend. But if you want to do something like I described before, to buy this discounted token, it will go to Auto and just subscribe to this automation that already exists, and so on. I mean, if you want to make shield, it will probably go to Nami. And if you want something else and the agent can resolve it, it will tell you that it can do it. But we will know that there is a lot of people trying to do this great strategy that is not already implemented. So we will probably code it. And give it to the agent as we give it to the humans. I mean, because if you still prefer to go through a traditional web page and subscribe yourself and do it yourself, you can. I mean, but the agents also can do it. So we are building this layer for, as Kushida says, for humans and for machines also, for both.
Wow.
And one more thing before I forget.
Sure.
There's something that is really important, because in this AI agents narrative, of course, everyone is doing agents right now, because launching an agent is not difficult, because there are tools. So you can right now go and Google for or ChatGPT for ELISA framework, and you can go step by step and create your agent. You can do it. I mean, in a couple of hours you can have your agent working.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it doesn't do on-chain actions, but it will chat, for example, or it will tweet. You can do it. It's not complicated.
Mm-hmm.
But doing something that is really useful for the users, and it's secure, and it does what you really want to do, that's difficult. That's difficult, because AIs are not magic. You said before, this sounds too good to be true. Yeah, at some point, yeah, because there are a bunch of problems, but there is one that is the most mentioned, and the most scariest, probably, that is called the AI hallucinations. That's when, I mean, probably already happened to you. Sometimes you are chatting with ChatGPT and it starts telling you the same answer, or it iterates with a couple of answers many times. It's like it went crazy. Yeah, that happens from time to time. It happens, when you are just chatting. Imagine that when that AI has access to your funds in
Right.
your wallet, and you are telling to do really complex strategies.
So then
That's
there's got to be some pretty good safeguards on this stuff then at the very beginning. Like agents aren't just going to be running around for a while probably. Like you're not just going to give it half of your net worth and say try to go make me, 10% a year and just let me know send my earnings to my accountant next year or something like this. So there's probably going to be rails and safeguards, things like this. Can I
yeah.
is this and then I do want to see if anyone has any questions too. And do you have any other like really important things that you wanted to share?
No, just this last thing about hallucinations and how
Okay.
we are going to avoid it.
Yeah.
You can give, I mean, you can, but we won't because we think it's dangerous. This great complex stuff strategies to the agent to solve itself. So what we do instead of doing that is that this deterministic part that is a workflow that has a lot of steps, like I said before, like putting a bid, activating it, claiming the tokens, selling the tokens, all this stuff is something that it can be automated and just give it as a whole to the agent. So the agent doesn't have to take care of every step. For the agent, it's just as doing a simple swap. I mean, it's a huge complex strategy that for the agent and for the humans, of course, is like doing just a simple swap because it just has to execute one thing, not many. So that's our approach to avoid these AI hallucinations and make it not only simple to the user, but secure.
Gotcha. Okay. And then maybe one day, who knows? Maybe when AGI arrives or something like that. I don't know. I don't really know. I'm just throwing stuff out there at this point. I do have a question about multi-chain. So this will be like, is this? I mean, I know it's going to tap into the Cosmos stuff, but it's also all of the things that Thorchain is integrated with, right? So you'd be able to any Bitcoin strategies or on
Yeah.
Ethereum or Solana, hopefully here soon, and all that.
Yeah, of course, because
So cool.
of the architecture of Rushira. I mean, you have these secure assets that will represent all the assets that lives on the base
Right.
layer. So every asset that is in the app layer, we can use it.
Yeah.
Any strategy.
Sweet.
So yeah, that's what I tell you before that it's going to be huge in Rushira more than it was in Kushira, because in Kushira we have a limited set of tokens. Right now we will have these all secure assets that are native tokens. You could buy discounted Bitcoin, native Bitcoin right now. It's
That'd be nuts.
incredible, man.
Awesome.
I want it. I want to do it right now.
Yeah, I saw Hans posted a tweet earlier too that was like you can connect. It looked like he had a bunch of different wallets connected too. So, like just all at once. Just throw them all on there. All your Bitcoin wallets, Phantom wallet, probably. I'm just guessing.
Yeah.
Kepler or
That's
Leap,
amazing.
I'm sure. But awesome. Let me see. Let me check the chat really quick and see if we got any questions. Some of the CTY stuff. Pragmatic Monkeys in here says Ale is great. So glad to have him, the entire auto team in our ecosystem. Sounds like he knows his stuff. I will say. Not that I know anything. I will definitely create a market for TCY on Ruggiero order book. Sweet. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen with this whole TCY sort of thing and what's going to happen. Obviously, I know Ruggiero's rooting for Thorchain to work out, right? Since you guys are building on top of it and all that. But no, I don't see any specific questions about Auto Ruggiero. I'm gonna go ahead and say that's because we covered everything. But yeah, I mean, do you have anywhere that you want people to go specifically or anything like that as we wrap up?
No. Almost if you like what we are building, if you if you see yourself as a user of We Are Building, come and join us in our Twitter, in our Telegram. We are very active in Telegram. We ask all the time to our community what they need, what they want to us to build. I mean, we define everything we build with our community. We are building something that, I mean, to build something that is really useful, you have to ask the user. So we are really active there. We have a lot of great users and members that are all the time giving us feedback, and that's why I think we are building a great product because of them. So yeah, if something watching here didn't know us before and likes what we are building, come and join us.
Awesome. I think that's good. And it looks like if you go to their Twitter, they've got a link tree there with a link to the Telegram if you wanted to join their Telegram. But that's it. All right. Well, awesome. Ole, it was a pleasure to meet you. Nice having a chat. I look forward to watching what happens with this. And thanks for coming on.
Yeah, me too, man. It was great. See you in the next one.
Yep. See ya.